And what we're going to do on page 302, excuse me, in your class 302 page, in your book, page 450, number 50, we're going to factor this polynomial completely. So what you do is you look at it and we see that we have a w squared here and a w squared here. That's a common term. And then we have 25 and 25. That looks kind of like we can factor this by grouping. So we write the problem again. We never mess with the original problem. So we write this again. 25 z squared plus 25. So when we factor by grouping, we put a little parenthesis around each term that we're going to factor by grouping. See that? But when I do that, I pull this minus away from this. So I'm going to have to change this to a minus. So when I multiply a minus 1 times 25 z squared, I get a minus 21. When I multiply a minus 25, a minus 1, excuse me, times a minus 25, I get a plus 25. That's what we have to worry about when we put the parentheses in front of a negative sign. So now we can pull out the w squared here. So we're going to put w, we're going to write it again so we can get a good picture of what we're doing. W squared, because it's common between these two terms. So I got w squared z squared divided by w squared. It's just like this one right here. Minus w squared divided by w squared. We're factoring out w squared from both these terms. I have to put it in front and then divide those out. Then they do the same thing here. I got a minus, and I put my 25 in front here. So this is 25 z squared divided by 25 plus 25 divided by a minus 25. Okay? Okay, now notice I have a minus right up here. I put a minus right up there. So I think that's confusing. I'm going to make sure I erase that and put this, and this is a minus. I want to make sure, circle it, but I want to make sure you know that's a minus. Now, this cancels out. Any number over itself is 1. Any number over itself is 1. These go away. These go away. And it's going to leave us a plus 1 there. So this comes out w squared z squared minus 1. Okay, minus 25. And then when I this minus plus, now this should be z squared. I should have a minus 1. Okay, this is a plus. I made a mistake there. That should not be go out there. So let's do that out. Let me go back there and get that right. This is 25 over 25. And this is going to go away. And then we'll have this z squared minus 1 and a z squared minus 1. And a w squared minus 25. So now I can factor this common term out. So we get z squared minus 1. And what's left? W squared minus 25.
Why didn't you, when you put that minus here, how come this one didn't turn into one?
Oh, because it has to be a positive. When I multiply a minus times a positive, I get this negative back to where it was. And this one here has to be a minus, so that when I multiply this minus times that minus, it'll bring me back to the positive. I've got to get back to the positive. If I multiply a negative 25 times z squared, I have to get back to where we started. And it was a minus 25 z squared, a minus.
So if these were opposites, would it will still apply?
Yes,
that
yes.
means then this one would actually be negative.
Yes, correct. And then what we do is now we say this is a difference of 2 squares and this is a difference of 2 squares. So I can factor this again. Z minus 1 times z plus 1. And this is w minus 5 and w minus 5. Okay, so this is factored completely. When you look at this, it factors completely into 4 binomials. When you multiply these 4 together, you get that answer.
Okay, so this will be the final answer.
Right, this is the final answer.